Welcome to another episode of What is Hashimoto's with Dr. Martin Rutherford. To find out more on any of our topics, or for information on scheduling a consultation with Dr. Rutherford, please visit us at whatishashimotos.com. And now, here's Dr. Rutherford.
All right, so we're going to talk about vitamin D and Hashimoto's. And so there's a distinct advantage to having good vitamin D levels when you have Hashimoto's. Hashimoto's is an autoimmune problem, and that means that you get hypothyroidism, but then when you get attacks from your immune system, many, if not most of you get irritable, you get heart palpitations, anxiety, insomnia, night sweats, you get these hyperfunctions. And so vitamin D has a role to play in that. And vitamin D is actually it's a precursor to a steroid. It's called a suck sterol. If you look it up, it's S-U-C, not S-U-C-K, S-U-C steroid. And vitamin D is a steroid when it's at its full potency. And so what are steroids? They're anti-inflammatory. And if you dampen inflammation, you're going to dampen inflammatory responses that create immune flare-ups that could attack your thyroid. But beyond that, it's really, you'll notice pretty much every one of you who has had vitamin D checked and who also has Hashimoto's has had low vitamin D, like really low. Like I just got off the phone with somebody about 2 hours ago, and they said, yeah, mine's kind of low, it's 19. I said, well, the range is 30 to 100. And he went, oh. And there are countries in Europe and the Far East where the ranges run more like 100 to 300, 90 to 235. So most of you have vitamin D that's in the 20s, in the 19s. And usually, to me, that means that there's been a lot of immune activity, and here's why. Here's where I think it really connects up to Hashimoto's. So you have like many parts of the immune system, okay, a zillion, but I'm going to simplify this tremendously. This part of the immune system kills bacteria and viruses and candida. This comes in, viruses come in, bacteria come in, they come in, and this part of the immune system goes in to attack. And it attacks, and it attacks, and it attacks, and attacks, and attacks, until it can't attack anymore. Now there's this other part of the immune system that after the attack is stopped, it'll come in, make antibodies, and these things got to be balanced. But this part of the system has to stop first for your full immune response to kill and then get immunity to that the next time it comes in. This has to stop. So there's a third part of the system called the regulatory system. And this regulatory system regulates both of these guys from getting out of control. So when this guy goes and it starts killing a virus, okay, it's killing it, and it's killing it, and it's killing it, and it's beating it up, and it's kicking it, and it's stabbing it, and it's chopping it up. And it's like something's got to go in and go, stop. That's the regulatory system. The regulatory system says, it's dead. You can stop now, because if that response keeps going, it might look around and go, ooh, there's a thyroid that looks like it's got the DNA of somebody who says I can attack it. Okay, so it has to stop, and the regulatory system stops it. Now, why did I go into all of that? Because the regulatory system is heavily fueled by vitamin D and glutathione. And so if you don't have enough, so if you have an autoimmune problem and your immune system is always trying to attack your thyroid, this vitamin D is the fuel that's fueling these regulatory cells to try it to stop to attack your thyroid. So I mean, when I see low vitamin D in somebody who's got autoimmunity, I'm getting that vitamin D up, and I'm getting it up. And I'm seeing a lot of controversies on it, okay? So I'm just saying I'm getting it up. I'm getting it up to maybe borderline controversial levels in this country. Okay, so I like to see it around 100. People say, oh, it's too much, it's good around 50, it's 80. That's not our observation. Our observation is it seems to get those steroidal-like characteristics somewhere when it gets up there around 100 or higher. And so, and if I get people into 100 or higher, there seems to be good effects with that. And and I don't necessarily always keep it there, but I do get it up that high now. So I have seen, now if you do this and it doesn't happen, don't be disappointed, because I haven't seen this tons of times. But I've seen people, when I got them up into that 85, 90, 95, 100 area, I've seen their thyroid symptoms just go away because it dampened their thyroid inflammation. Usually it's a part of a whole attack of getting your sensitivities under control, detoxing the toxicities. We talk about sensitivities and deficiencies and toxicities. One of the big deficiencies we talk about and test for is vitamin D in all autoimmune problems. And I have another lady that we're giving her some very high doses of vitamin D, and it's dampened her myasthenia gravis, so quite a bit. So vitamin D is big. It's very big, very important in autoimmunity in general. It certainly has a role to play. Some people a lot, some people a little bit, some people medium, in dampening immune attacks against the thyroid.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of What is Hashimoto's? To find out more on any of our topics, or for information on scheduling a consultation with Dr. Rutherford, please visit us at whatishashimotos.com.